Here are some of the views expressed by former parliamentarian Dayasiri Jayasekara and Atula Vijay Singha, who are contesting for the Northwestern Provincial Council elections under the UPFA ticket.
I did not ask from the President the placard which says Chief Ministerial Candidate. I did not ask for the post of Group Leader. I want to contest. It is a risk. However, I am engaged in that risk. The people who love the UPFA are joining with us on a daily basis. We want to change the political system in the Kurunegala district.
Everything depends on the people's mandate. The people will decide who the suitable representatives are. People will come to welcome a person, but I don't think all of them will vote for that person. We are people from the UPFA. We worked hard to bring the UPFA to power. We live for the UPFA. We dedicated ourselves for the UPFA. The people will decide.
The politics of providing alcohol with food is not the politics of Dayasiri Jayasekara. Politics based on money is not the politics of Dayasiri Jayasekara. We need to change this political system. Today, the people's vote, the people's goodwills and everything that belongs to the people has been taken over by the elections. Therefore, as politicians, it is our duty to see where the genuine people mandate lies.
Do not deceive our people. Today you are aware that many are trying to go to Australia via boat. They travel amidst various difficulties in the hope of reaching Australia. However, they are sent to Papua New Guinea. From there, they board you onto another boat and send you back to Sri Lanka. Similarly, you must protect yourself from these liars. Do not be deceived by the speeches of these liars. The people will understand the truth.
At a meeting in Mavathagama yesterday, General Secretary of the JVP, Tilden Silva, commented on politics based on promises.
Once the election draws near, the ministers in the government start moving to the villages and start making promises such as constructing roads and erecting electricity posts. Then the magic begins. The election period is colloquially known as an interval in hell. We all know that after elections, the interval is over. We are deceived during this time. Today the people are living between life and death. These institutions do not help them.
Addressing an event held to mark the establishment of the Kandy Sri Lanka Freedom Party Balamandale, Minister Nimal Sirpal de Silva noted that politics which involves changing parties and spending money in order to obtain positions should be stopped.
Look at what happened to Gaddafi. He gave away $10,000 to each woman who was unable to get married. He gave away money and vehicles. However, in the end, the people turned against Gaddafi. We should learn from such incidents. The SLFP is a party that has an ideology. You should think about who came asking for your votes earlier as well. There is a tendency where people who spend money and distribute goods move forward instead of the ones who continue to remain in the party through trying times and did not go to other parties in search of positions. We need to put an end to this.
Let's now take a look at the newspaper cartoon of the day. On tonight's Words of Wisdom, we bring you the thoughts of American author Mark Twain.
If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Mark Twain, American author.
We're back with the news. Water supply to several areas was disrupted after a pipeline supplying water from the Ambatale Water Purification Centre to Galkadavala ruptured. The National Water Supply and Drainage Board said that the water supply to the affected areas would be restored by tomorrow morning.
The pipeline had ruptured in the Arale area in Mulleriava this morning. These are footage captured by local at the time the pipeline had ruptured. Several houses were flooded as a result of the ruptured pipeline. The National Water Supply and Drainage Board said that the water supply to Buralla, Bauda Lokamavata, Jawata, Tumula, Havelock Road, Timbrigasyaya, Polhengoda, Pamankada, Vallavata, Bamblapita and areas from Nugegoda to Kirulapana have been disrupted. In addition, the water supply to Kalubovila, Kohuvala, Mount Lavinia, Ratmalana, Soisapura, Telavala, Athidia and Badovita areas too have been disrupted. The water supply to Mulleriava, Kailash, Udumula, Kotikavata and Himutana will be suspended until 5 tomorrow morning.
Well, the annual festival of the Sri Kailash Swami Kovil in Colombo commenced today.
The Kapitavatta Sri Kailash Swami Kovil is one of the most famous Shiva Kovils in the capital, and the festivities began with the hoisting of the flag this morning. Special Abhisheka Pujas commenced since this morning for God Shiva and Parvati. A large number of devotees attended the festival. The annual festival of the Kapitavatta Sri Kailash Swami Kovil will conclude on the 3rd of next month.
Moving back to other local stories, over the past few days, we at News First highlighted the shortage of infrastructure facilities in the Galkadavala village. Tonight, we air the final segment on the series, hoping that a light may shine on the village that is covered by a blanket of darkness. Shoaib Al-Schoon reports.
These villagers, traditional farmers, rely on the age-old techniques in farming because they do not have the resources for new equipment. The issue grows worse due to the lack of proper roads. However, amidst all these issues, these farmers continue to engage in their profession of nutritioning the country.
Area residents of Galkadavala depend on this livelihood, which is farming. Although their main livelihood is farming, these poor villagers lack the necessary infrastructure facilities.
Farmers are forced to protect their harvest for a year-long period as they only engage in farming during one season a year. This has also burdened them with numerous financial issues.
We require electricity for our village and a road to get to our farmlands.
We travel through the forest to get to our destination.
We also caught up with the chairman of the Valapana Pradesh Sabha during our tour to the village. What facilities have been provided to the villagers in this area?
This is a rural electorate with only 125 divisions. A system has been put in place to provide electricity to this village. I cannot give an exact date when that would become a reality. Few other villages are yet to receive electricity.
What future action will be taken to improve the lives of these villagers?
We will provide all the facilities to this village under the Mahinda Chintana.
Spending almost 3 days in the rural village of Galkadavala,
listening to the problems of the innocent villagers and understanding their lifestyle. We put forward these problems of the villagers to the relevant authorities with some hope that a solution will be provided and a smile would be put up the faces on these villagers. Signing off from the rural village of Galkadavala, I'm Joel Outscoon with Namal Herat for News First.
In business news tonight, world crude oil prices have increased. The price of a barrel of Brent crude in the London market stood at $107.43, which is an increase of 75 cents. Meanwhile, the price of a barrel of crude oil in the US market had increased to $104.55, a notable increase of $1.15. With that, we wrap up tonight's edition of Primetime Weekend News. Thanks a lot for joining us. I'm Sonali Wanigapatake, wishing you a good night.